Hi all, welcome to the video lecture series of object-oriented programming. In this video lecture, we will be discussing about some of the special string operations. We will be focusing on operations or the functions that can be used for string comparisons in this video lecture. There are several ways by which we can compare strings in Java. Some of the different methods and operators available for comparing strings are, first of all, by equals method, then equals ignore case method, then double equal operator, then compare to method, and compare to ignore case method. As you can see here, this double equal is an operator, it's not a method. All the remaining four are methods. Now we will see one by equals and equals ignore case method are actually modifications of each other. They are used for comparing the strings content. They are used for comparing for equality, whether two string objects are having the same string content or not. We will see an example. In this example, we have two strings, they are S1 and S2, and both of them are having the value Sachin, but as you can see, in S2 it is everything in uppercase or capital letters. In S1 there is only one uppercase letter, the remaining letters are in lowercase letters. So difference between equals method and equals ignore case method is, equals method just check whether each and every letter in these two words are of same case and same letter. Okay, we have studied before, or we have discussed it before, that Java is a case sensitive language. That means Java considers the small letters and capital letters as different. So according to Java, this word S1 Sachin and this word S2, they are different, even though it is same for us, because here there is only one capital letter, here it's everything in capital letters. So when we use the equals method, so here S1 is the object that calls the equals method. S1 calls the equals method and it passes S2 as the parameter, and the intention behind this call is it want to check whether S1 is equal to S2. But the equals method, when it goes through each character by character, it came to find out that the first character is same, S and S, they are in capital letters and they have the same letter. But when it compares the second character of S1 is small letter a, the second character of S2 is capital A. So there is a type mismatch. So by that, at that point itself, equals method will return false. So the output of this line of code will be false. On the other hand, if you use the equals ignore case method, equals ignore case, as the name indicates, it ignores the case. It does not bother about the what we can say, the capital and small letters. It just checks the word S1 and S2. So as we can see, both of them are Sachin. This equals ignore case method will return true. It is not checking for the case. It will not check the case, and just check the characters only. So that's the difference between equals and equals ignore case method. This diagram indicates how the string creation takes place and inside the string constant pool and the heap memory. As you can see here, S1 and S2, when S1 is created, Java virtual machine will check inside the string constant pool whether there exists a string with the same value A. But since it was empty at the beginning, it will create a new string literal with the value A. When string S2 is created, it will again check inside the string constant pool, but there exists already a variable with value A. So a new object will not be created. Instead of that, S2 will be pointed to same value A. Then we are using new keyword for creating object, so that object will be created inside the heap memory but outside the string constant pool. Again S4, when this string literal S4 is created, the JVM will again check inside the constant pool to search for a variable value A, but it is not there. A new string value A will be created inside the string constant pool. Now the equals method always check for equality of the content. It is not bothered about where it is located. As you can see, S1 and S2, they are pointing to the same reference, but equals method is only only looking at the value of S1 and S2. Since both these variables are having same value, it will return true. Similarly, S1 and S3, S1 is also having capital A, S3 is also having capital A, so it will also return true. But when we compare S1 and S4, even though they are, they are inside the same constant pool, but the value of S1 is capital A and value of S4 is small a. So equals method will return false. So now we saw equals method and equals ignore case method, and they are used to compare the content of string object. Now we have an operator, it's not a method, that is double equal to operator. This operator, when we use this operator to compare two string values, this operator is checking whether both of them are pointing to the same reference variable or not. They are not thinking about the value, they are checking whether they are pointing to the same string variable or not, or string reference or not. We will see an example. So as mentioned just now, this operator is used to compare the references, not the values. See here, we are using the same example as before. S1 equal to Sachin and S2 is also, both the words are the same. Okay, in the previous case S2 was complete in capital letters, but now it is everything same as S1. So as you know, when we create a string variable, JVM will be searching inside the Java string constant pool to check whether there exists a string with the same value already there. So assume that there is no word named Sachin inside the string constant pool before this line. So when this line of code is executed, JVM creates a new word Sachin inside the string constant pool. When we write string S2 is equal to Sachin, again JVM searches inside the Java string constant pool and search whether there exists a word named Sachin already there. So since at this line of code a word was created, when we execute this line of code, JVM will find that there exists already a word Sachin. So now S1 and S2 will be pointing to the same word Sachin. So there will be only one word Sachin inside the string constant pool, but two references will be there. They are S1 and S2. Okay. Now we are going to create a new string object by using the keyword new. So when we use this line of code, this word Sachin will be created inside the heap memory but not inside the constant pool. That means even though the word values or string values are the same, S1 and S2 are pointing to same reference, but S3 is actually pointing to another reference. Okay, so when we use this double equal to operator between S1 and S2, S1 and S2 are pointing to the same reference variable, so it is returning true. But when we compare S1 and S3 by using equal to operator, we will get the output as false, because even though words are same, they are actually different references. This diagram clearly explains the same concept. As we can see, S1 S2 both are same value, so they are pointing to the same reference or same value inside the string constant pool. S3 is also having the same content, but it's created inside the heap memory. S4 is having a small letter a, so the content is entirely different, so it is getting created as a new string object here. So when we compare S1 and S2 by using equal to operator, we'll be getting the output as true. But when we compare S1 and S3, even though the content is the same, they are actually referring to two different locations. So the answer will be false. Then S1 and S4, the content itself is content itself is different, but equal to operator is not checking the content. They are actually whether they are checking, it is checking whether they are actually pointing to a save reference variable, but S1 is pointing to this variable and S4 is pointing to this content, so or this variable. So both the references are not the same, so this line also gives us the false as the output. The next two methods, that is compare to and compare to ignore case method, are actually modifications of each other, like equals and equals to ignore case. The compare to method just will not ignore the difference between the uppercase and lowercase letters, but compare to ignore case method will ignore the difference between uppercase and lowercase letters. The compare to method as well as compare to ignore case method, they are actually used for comparing values lexicographically, that is, as the words appears inside the English dictionary. We know that the word apple will be coming before the word bat inside dictionary. Okay, and that's known as a lexicographical arrangement of the order of the strings. Okay, so this method compare to and compare to ignore case method are actually used for comparing strings in lexicographical order, and this method will be returning an integer value, and that value will indicate whether the first string is less than or equal to or greater than the second string. What does this less than, equal to or greater than of string means? Suppose I take the same example, apple and bat. The word apple is coming before bat, so we will say that apple is less than bat. And say take another two words, bat and cat. Now we will say cat is greater than bat because cat is coming after bat in dictionary. And if both words are same, then we will say they are equal. So when we use this method, if this method gives us a value, the value returned by this method is 0, then it means that both the words are same. If this method returns a positive value, that means the first string is greater than second string. That means the word or the string S1 is coming after S2 in dictionary. And if it returns a negative value, that means the first string, that is S1, is coming before the string S2 in the dictionary. So that's the meaning, or that's what this method returns, the integer values, and this is the meaning of these integer values. We will see an example right now. So as in the previous case, we are creating three string variables. All the words, as you can see, S1 and S2 are Sachin and S3 is Ratan. Okay, and we are comparing the strings by using the compare to method. So S1 dot compare to S2. Here first string is S1 because S1 is a string that calls this method compare to, and this method is calling this method and giving the S2 as the parameter of this method. So it is comparing S1 with S2. If S1 is coming before S2 in English dictionary, we will be getting -1 or negative value. If S1 is coming after S2, that means S1 is coming after S2 in dictionary, that means S1 is greater than S2. In that case, we will be getting a positive value. But in this example, both S1 and S2 are same. So when we use S1 dot compare to S2, we will get the output as 0 because S1 is equal to S2. Now see, we are comparing S1 and S3. So as we can see here, S1 is greater than S3. Okay, that means S1 is Sachin and S3 is Ratan. So in English dictionary, the words starting with S is coming after the words starting with R. So Sachin is greater than R. Oh, sorry, Ratan. Sachin, the word Sachin will be coming after Ratan in English dictionary. So we will say S1 is greater than S3. So in this case, we will be getting a positive 1, plus 1 as the output. Now when we compare S3 with S1, S3 is Ratan. Okay, now we are comparing Ratan with respect to S1. So Ratan, the word starts with R. S1 is Sachin, the word starts with S. So we know that Ratan is coming before Sachin in the English dictionary. So this will give us a -1 as the output because S1, here the first string is S3, which is Ratan. It is less than S2, the second string, that is Sachin. So the output will be -1. So when we execute these lines of code, we will be getting the output as 0, 1 and -1. Okay, so this is how this compare to method work. If it is compare to ignore case, then it ignores the difference between small letters and capital letters also. That's the only difference between compare to and compare to ignore case method. We shall conclude now. In this video lecture, we discussed about some of the methods that we can use to compare strings, and we also saw some of the examples. That is all in this video lecture. Thank you so much.